she talked about myself, and one thing I want to mention about the Indian Technology Congress Association. It's about 20-year-old organization, which is how established well, doing many activities. Current focus is on space, but earlier we used to do on many innovative areas, including 3D printing, agriculture side, Industry 4.0 kind of activities. Today, last 3-4 years, we are working on space programs. Yeah, just get a bit about a University Space Engineering Consortium, what is really happening, what is in what we have taken from the UNISEC-Global, which is really after during the pandemic time to now, we've reached a great heights for spreading the space activities in India. Thanks to the support of UNISEC, they are into many promoting and particularly the academic satellites and university student programs. Thanks to them, and we have taken a lot of collaborative activities based on UNISEC global advices. And UNISEC India, we have grown now to 48 local centers. It started in 2018. Launched a few satellites, 3 satellites we launched, and we also started some startups, and 2 startups are there. The one TSC is operating from here. Most of the technology support is coming for our satellite development activities in India through TSC technologies. We have a lot of partner ecosystem we created around this student satellite development activity. So through these initiatives, there are a lot of outcomes. We launched a lot of CanSat, CubeSat, CanSat launching activities. We developed training programs, skilling up programs, and webinars, seminars, workshops for the last 4-5 years. We have signed a lot of MOUs, and we have a lot of collaborative arrangements with industry, as well as the public sector and public as well as the private sector industries. We also had a lot of payload competitions, which will be covered later for both Earth observations as well as communications and communication payloads. We publish a lot of things through our tip magazines and many other publications which are in circulation. Probably most of the members of UNISEC knows about this. And we have a very large number of patents we filed on the satellite developmental activities. We build, launch the satellites, and we also establish the ground stations across the country. Okay, just get into the current Indian space sector or a snapshot of what we are doing. The celebrations, India is celebrating 75 years of independence, named under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We actually commemorating this particular activity of 75 student satellite activity to honor this particular event. This is 75 years of our India celebrating. Coming to just a snapshot of technology outlook, India is expected to have a 5 trillion economy by 2024. Okay. And there are a lot of schemes, a lot of missions have been launched by India, that is Make in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat. These all mostly on the technology-oriented schemes. India also declared this year as a startup, 16th January as a National Startup Day to encourage a lot of startups and entrepreneurships in India. India also declared this decade as a techade by the Prime Minister to focus mostly on the innovation, entrepreneurship, and startups. So that's a real boost to us. A lot of activities around the space economy is happening. It's definitely contributing space economy to the overall economy of the country. Just few words about how the space is changing, space 4.0, the new space economy. The contributors are digitalization, their functionalities are changing. There are a lot of new things are coming up through digitalization, and the miniaturization, the data processing capacity and all is increased. And Industry 4 technologies like 3D printing, AI, and this kind of things are driving this sector. Adaptability of designs, computing software applications are available. Parts availability of the components and design and other facilities. Based on all these things, we are completely changing the new space economy right now. So space technologies for SDGs, this all our one of the focus Indian Technology Congress with UNISEC India. We focus
I decide one of the child's dad.
Yes. You can go ahead.
Please proceed. That was an attendee who had their microphone unmuted. Please proceed.
Yeah. Technologies, I mean, these all we adopted for our payloads as well as the development of any space activity around. And we always keep in mind of sustainable development goals, particularly on the agriculture side, crop productivity and food security related, urban planning, reducing carbon dioxide. Some of these payloads also getting into our 75 satellites. Coming to the theme, today's theme on the engineering your CubeSats. ITCA initiated actually a similar kind of a technology engineering your satellite in 2018. Based on that, we have run a lot of training programs, upskilling programs, certification programs. We also have a lot of visits outside India and within India, hands-on trainings. There are our students went abroad like Israel, Serbia, France, Russia, and these places and trained. These all actually triggered our certified satellite program mission. Even though we have a 2-year pandemic issues, but later we picked up and this activity is fully materialized or fully blooming on right now. Thanks for UNISEC support because they are delivering a lot of content and they are also into a lot of training programs, state-of-the-art space activities for the university standard. We have taken a lot of inputs from various international agencies. We created in India a kind of a student satellite ecosystem, which is throughout the country it is spreading. India is not a small country. We have close to 6,000, 7,000 engineering institutions. So it has started spreading and many centers, many academic institutions are joining into the consortium. Thanks to the patronage of UNISEC. Getting into the today's topic, frugal way of access LEO. The trend is started from GEO to MEO to MEO to LEO. Just basically because of the historically the communication satellites or television or whatever that is GPS systems are happening from the GEO satellites, which is now turning towards LEO because of the cost things and the low latency levels as well as the speed of the internet. These kind of applications are coming up. High speed internet activity, 5G, these kind of things are driving towards LEO economy. And also both communication as well as Earth observation systems are mostly more effective because of these technologies available with us. And right now on the launching reusable rockets coming up now. 60 to 70% of the present day investments are going towards LEO economy side. It's a lot landmark activities are happening around the LEO. Sustainable ecosystem is developed under around the LEO systems, LEO activities, and there are a lot of startups and new players are coming up. New investments are coming up around this particular area. So all these things together and microgravity related space tourism, a lot of infrastructure is developing around LEO, and Earth and space partnerships are developing. This all accelerating space LEO economy and commercialization. The engineering of small satellites, which is right now what we are talking about the Cube satellites, is we have globally we have a lot of experience right now gathered last 6-7 decades, and CubeSat revolution really is happening at this moment, and many players are getting into this. 40% of the satellites which are launched last 1 or 2 years are small satellites. Expected to launch about plus 1,000 kind of satellite, small satellites by 2030, which dominated by the major players, the billionaire SpaceX and Starlink's OneWeb constellations. Just getting into the 75 student satellite mission, we have a scope to launch 75 built satellite, but we may not stop there. We will grow beyond that. Currently, our focus is 75 satellites. It's going on well. And our objective is to make students to design, develop, manufacture, and integrate, test, launch, and monitoring. All the activities should be done by the students. And through this, we wanted to achieve science-based, practice-based learning and the STEM education to be developed around this. And the Prime Minister also supporting for this activity and is announced in UN General Assembly about this particular program. And our mission is develop long-term professions, experimental hands-on learning, STEM education, provide innovative, fascinating, constructive projects on the space. We have ethos, both ITCA as well as UNISEC-ITC is having a strong base platform created for the 75 satellite program in the country. UNISEC having a global experience and global emphasis on creating this kind of a state-of-the-art technologies, space technologies. So both together we are doing a lot of activities in the country. We have a synergy with many organizations. We have national space agencies like ISRO, NSL and all, state governments, government agencies, outside countries, particularly Israel, BRICS countries, and we have industries from Russia. There are associations, space associations, and small-scale industries as well as the large space industries are also partnering with us. And this is a really great ecosystem we created. And we are very happy to be partnered with so many organizations, apart from our educational institutions and the universities, which they are having a lot of student communities are getting benefited out of this program. Stakeholders, for everybody is having some kind of a takeaways from this particular mission. This is a multidisciplinary kind of a learning framework. Institutions are getting benefited. Students are going to be benefited. A lot of new jobs are available around the space sector. The technology vendors also benefiting. Faculty is benefiting. That is, the staff or professors are benefiting. Institutions are benefiting. There are a lot of benefits we created across. This is the final slide, which I wanted to say that what we really wanted to create this through this mission is a workforce for the future employments as well as future entrepreneurship, which we wanted to create. A lot of startups are expected to come. There are a lot of interest is created. We also created a space infrastructure through our ground stations and all the 75 75 institutions will be having their own ground stations to monitor and create new applications. And the human power which we are going to create over there, space labs also creating through this mission. And everybody having, there is a takeaway from out of this mission. Institutions, faculty, students, professional bodies, everybody having. With this, I will end my talk. Thank you.